And we're on. We're on. Like a month or so. A month? Almost a month. It's been almost a month since I've done a live. And I have my reasons. Oh, damn. I forgot something. I'll be right back.
Hello, sweetie.
This is going to be important. We're going to need this. We're going to need this, guys. See? Step away from doing this for too long. You forget how it all works. So, there. Okay. All right. Now we're good. All right. I need a drink. So, hello, guys. All right. So, as usual, I'm here a little bit early for, the normal timing. We will get started at 6:45, with the show. We've got a lot of videos to talk about and, get your feedback on and stuff, since I really want to know what you guys think of the little bit of gun stuff I've been doing lately, since it was specifically asked for me to do some more gun stuff. But we'll talk about that. I have some important life/channel announcements, one or two, to make. So stuff is going to change. But hello, Uriel. How are you? Hey, Roman. How are you? How are you? Hello. Hello. Stuff is... I've been gone, not doing the lives for a little bit for some reason. And again, I will cover that shortly. Let me put this together because I want to show you guys something so cool. I think it's so cool. You might not think it's so cool. Hey, Raver boy, what's up? How you doing? You know what's funny? Dwayne, how you doing? Raver, just because your name, it just reminds me. So right now, Aiden is at Sam's house watching her dog because she has tickets to the Coheed concert tonight out in Philly. So she is she asked if she could borrow Aiden for the night, and I'm like, you mean your son? Yeah. Go for it. Anyway, so just seeing Raver boy reminded me of it. Anyway, so Giggles will not be joining me tonight because she doesn't feel up to the challenge. She's playing a game on her Switch over there. Hey, Phil, how are you? How you doing? We're at 6:40. So 5 minutes to go. I don't want to I don't want to talk about what I got to talk about beforehand. You know what I will show you? I recently found this guy who I had not. So, okay. So when you have a large knife collection, sometimes I hear that guys that wear flight suits are actually zipper-suited sun gods. Well, that's a thing. I'll tell you that I wore a flight suit intermittently and temporarily now and then. I mostly wore camouflage stuff. I could tell you that wearing a flight suit now and then, when you wear it, you feel really cool. I don't know about how you feel. I don't know about the guys that wear it all the time. I liked wearing a flight suit sparingly. Like the days where I actually got to put a flight suit on, it was a cool day because I didn't ordinarily wear a flight suit. But the days where I got to actually fly in a plane, and it was never a cool. I mean, it was a very cool plane, but it was never like a fighter plane that I wore a flight suit in. Hey, Talon, how are you? I got to many times wear a flight suit flying in things like the MC-130, but I don't want. Roughly how many knives in your collection? Seamus, thank you, Seamus. Thank you for bringing me back to the subject. I don't know. I have many, many knives in my collection. I'm not exaggerating. And Dave could probably verify. I probably have about somewhere between 600 and 1,000 knives. Now, that doesn't mean they're all really good knives. Some knives that I have are probably $3.99, pieces of garbage knives that I just happen to have in my collection. Some are very, very good knives, but I have a lot of knives. So I have not actually counted. But thank you, Seamus, for bringing me back to the subject. So when you have a lot of knives, I don't have like a spreadsheet with all of them on there. I don't know. Sometimes you can lose track of them, and sometimes some of them walk away when various people come in and out of the house. I have lost several really good knives and some not so good knives. This one I didn't even realize was missing until I found it, and Dave would understand this. I found it where. Oh, there's Dave. Dave, I was just saying, I found this where only someone who could have gotten it from the collection could have put it where I found it. But I forgot all about the Hinderer Gerber collaboration rescue knife. It's a damn good knife, and I'm glad I got it. I got it back. I'd love to get my hands back on the Gerber CLS, but that's out of production now. But it's nice to have this in my hand again. It was not well taken care of either in its absence from my collection. It's got a little bit of surface rust on it, but I got to take care of. Peter, man, Peter's awesome. Thank you, Peter. You are like reliable and dependable and a great viewer. You're awesome. Thank you, Peter. So I'm going to show you guys some of the latest unboxing knives going back a little bit. I'm going to tell you about, Greg, how are you? And tell you some of the channel updates, some of the life updates that have kept me from doing lives for a little bit and that are going to affect this channel. I'm going to show you some cool stuff that I have just around here. And if Dave wants to come join in, Dave can join in. He'll let me know if he feels like it, since I'm flying solo tonight. I will tell you guys, do you remember this flashlight unboxed from Going Gear? I love this thing. I got, like, of all my EDC lights, you guys know that, like, I love Olight. I really do like Olight. Like, I like them a lot, okay? This thing has been consistently either in my pocket or in my work bag every single day since I got it. This is such a good light. There are not enough positive things to say about this light. I love it. So, hey, Merce, I actually have a video on sharpening. I have two or three videos on sharpening. If you just search sharpening on my channel, I have some, and I show various tools. I show some techniques. I can't remember everything that I show, but I have some of those videos on there. And if you look and there's something that you don't see that you'd like to see, just let me know. Shoot me an email, and I'll do up a video. I have to hold on. I have to generate a link for Dave. Which do you like more, the Olight Striker you have, or that? Phil, this flashlight wins all day long. Now, I will tell you that Olight is about to come out with something brand new. I don't even know what it is. I don't even have it yet, but I can tell you that they gave it. They're sending it to me, and they have told me do not release anything about it until sale time. So I don't even know what it's going to be yet. So we'll see. But let me copy this to the clipboard and let me send this to Dave. Let me send this to him right now. It's a giggle. She's right there. She's not going to come over here. What?
There's no room.
What do you mean there's no room? There's a chair right here. Send that to Dave. And he can join whenever he wants. What's up, Lizette and Mark Gonzalez? Hi. So we're at the 6:45 point. So I'm going to officially start the show. Clapperboard, clap. So So here's what's going on, guys. Let me give you the rundown of what's up. So over the past little bit, a lot of stuff has gone on. As you guys know, not to bring it up just for the sake of bringing it up, but in life in general, I am a disabled veteran, and I have a relatively high percentage. One of the things that has been a constant source of ass pain for me is this respiratory stuff. I was actually one of the first guys, relatively speaking, one of the first guys on that burn pit registry. My lungs are junk. My respiratory system is junk, and it has been really crappy soon. An OTF karambit, Dominic, I don't know why anybody would need an OTF karambit, but if Olight made an OTF karambit, I wouldn't carry it. I would review it, but I wouldn't carry it for any reason. Lately, I've been suffering a lot of some bad respiratory stuff. I've been to the doctor twice for it. I've been on antibiotics, did nothing. I've taken steroids, done nothing. I've taken codeine cough syrup, could not stop it. I've taken Tessalon, doesn't stop it. I finally just got set up with a pulmonologist and some lung function tests. Oh, sunshine. Oh, you're back in the hospital, man. That sucks, hon. I'm sorry. So we're trying to get to the bottom of it, but basically I have been unable to. I've missed almost whole weeks of working at the shop because I can't breathe. It's been bad. It's been pretty bad. Along with that, hey Doc, Barrel and Blade is advertising a limited supply mystery box for $150. I have not opened their mystery box, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you about their mystery box, Craig. I wish I could. I'm sorry. I'm loving their monthly the Barrel and Blade knife of the month, though. I'll tell you that. On a personal family note, we've got to move. We originally moved here. You guys know how much I love where I'm at. The scene back here is my backyard. We originally signed I forgot how long it was, a year or so lease, and then it went to month. And so they have decided to terminate my lease. The housing market's about to explode and implode, and people know it, and they want the property back. They want to try to sell it. This house is, I'll be honest, this house is a piece of shit. This house is falling apart. You know what? So I don't take lisinopril, but I take mini press, not for blood pressure. I have great blood pressure because I take it, but they figured out that mini press prevents PTSD-related nightmares. However, they figured that out. And so I take mini press every night before bedtime. However, I've had bad lungs way before I took the mini press stuff. So I don't know, man. Sunshine, email me privately and let me know what's up with you. Okay. I don't want to air it all out in front of everybody, but let me know. So, basically I actually, reduced lung. I haven't had the, I haven't had the test yet. So the VA has been really dragging their feet until Congress just recently passed a bunch of burn pit registry related things where they have presumptive positives, which basically means that if you are on the burn pit registry and you have proof that you were deployed to those areas, Iraq, Afghanistan, and some other places during those time periods, and you have unexplained lung troubles, they have to presume that your lung troubles are the results of that unless they can prove otherwise. So now we're just starting to go through the process of basically showing the track history that I've been suffering from this kind of stuff for a long time. And there's Dave through the process of who's recovering from his own stuff as well. But so, yeah, we've got to, so anyway, back to the house. So we've now got to move. And I've been looking for a place and it has not been easy. I found a place that looked great and I guess they went with someone else and I'm trying to stay in the same area. And it's been an awful lot of stress lately. So
we'll get you there, bud.
Yeah. So that's why I haven't been doing lives for a while. And that's why it's been, Is there a Roman? This is a good question. Is there a tactical advantage to wearing your watch like this? So in the field, yes, I do. I would. I used to wear my watch like this for a couple reasons. Number one, it reduces the chance of reflecting out, anybody seeing it. Number two, it reduces the chance of you scratching it up and bashing it on things.
Yeah, you said two.
Number two. So, and number three, also, as you're moving around tactically, you have that watch facing you, rather than having to move your wrist around to see it. So there's three real reasons why, tactically speaking, you would wear the watch facing in rather than out. But that's a good question.
I would do that, but the problem is with me spending most of my time hands down, like working on a computer, I would end up just bashing it down all the time. Like I was just thinking for my Apple Watch, it'd be great because I always bash into stuff like this. Gee, can you tell I wear it a little bit? But I was like, oh, that'd be a great idea. But the problem is that I would have the opposite problem of I would bash it all the time on every desk and keyboard working along. So yeah.
Well,
by the way, recovering from COVID, everybody, and
you look like you've lost some weight.
I'm down 35 pounds and 3 inches, not just from COVID, but trying to be healthier. And this is the first time I've let the beard kind of come in since March of 2020. And I can see what the kids have done to me now, as you can see on the sides here. Little,
back to the watch thing real quick. When you mentioned turning it around, and this might seem like a small thing, but a lot of guys have these little tiny things that they would do to help them psychologically switch from at-home mode to deployed mode. And for me, one of the things I would do is, this is normally how I'd wear my watch, but the minute I stepped foot in country, I'd flip my watch around. Because that was one of those small little motor things I could do to help my brain switch.
Was that like when you were like, okay, now I'm going to go start
now I'm ready to shoot? No.
Now I'm ready to arm wrestle?
Oh, Adam, I will look for emails from you. I think I have seen a couple. I've been swamped and I haven't responded, but I'll check. But anyway, no, there's a lot of things like the turning the watch around, the rolling the sleeves a certain way. There's a lot of things that guys would do to help them make that mental switch from I'm in garrison to I'm deployed or in the field or something like that.
Did you do the really cool tucked over?
No, what I would do is I would take the cuff of the sleeve and just roll it in so that the buttons weren't sticking out.
Oh, okay.
And they wouldn't catch on anything. So I'd want my sleeves down, but I wouldn't want the buttons sticking out. But I'd also want a little bit of airflow. I mean, in the desert, I want airflow in there. I wouldn't want those.
I always love the guys when they would roll it up and the camo outside instead of the flipped over.
Oh, well, that's actually uniform regulation. In the Army, you were, when you could roll your sleeves, because with the new uniforms you couldn't, but in the Army, you were required to have camouflage showing. And it was a real skill to roll your sleeves the right way. And in the Air Force too, in the days of the BDUs. The Marines they just roll them up, and the Navy.
No, stop it.
In the Army, in the Air Force, according to AR 670-1 Army Uniform Manual and AFI 362902, the Air Force uniform regulation, you have to have camouflage showing on the outside. Stupid stuff, but that's. Yeah.
I just thought they did it because it was cool.
No, it's actually a much more pain in the ass way to do it.
Trust me, I studied on how to do it because I had a really nice camo shirt that fit when I wasn't a big dude, and I loved when I could do that. I'm like, hospital corners is easier than this. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, you got to get it. I mean, and I used to have the perfect. I mean, like, fold it up halfway, then fold that part halfway, roll it and pull it. I had it perfect. Like, I had a method to the madness.
Yeah, because also too, not only you got to get it up there and have the correct exposure, but you still got to be able to like move your arm and not cut off circulation.
Right. Yeah. It was, and some guys would actually then take their uniforms to the tailors and have rolled up sleeve uniforms and down sleeve uniforms, and they'd have them cut and sewn with just.
No kidding.
It's totally illegal to do uniform wise, but people would do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, especially if they're like something like, "Hey, put your sleeves down."
Well, and on my last,
I'll be right back.
on my last assignment as an instructor, you always wanted your uniform to reflect perfect in front of the students and everything. So
100%. Yeah, you
I'm
got to
not
be on
saying I
point.
did that. I'm just saying my uniform was always perfect. Corners sewn down on pockets, collars sewn down perfectly on the So like I had uniforms I could never wear anywhere but inside that schoolhouse when I was teaching.
The one I always loved was if you ever get a chance, find it, and I'm sure you've seen it, Doc. But I'm saying to the guys that are on, go watch any documentary on the guys that marched for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Oh yeah, those guys are.
I mean, it takes forever to get to be that guy, and then like they get dressed in front of a full-length mirror, and then they get checked out by another dude who makes sure that there is not a speck of anything out of place. It's just, I mean, the attention to detail and all is just, it makes you weep. It's so beautiful.
You know, I could never do that job because I'm an inch too short.
Oh, really?
I have to be between 5'9" and 6'1".
I could do it.
I could not do it. I could not. I could never be part of the ceremonial guard.
I'm tall enough. I'm just too fat.
No. So, anyway, I want to show you guys something really cool.
Oh, is this the stuff?
This stuff is called blue uranium. This is some of the coolest knife material in the world. This is what it looks like, just as is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were to take this outside, and I can't take it outside, but I have a UV flashlight.
The middle of the flashlight disappears.
Oh, God. Oh, no. It's not going to show it.
Oh, no.
It turns blue.
It kind of shows. Not real.
Let me make, you know why? It's not going to, when it glows in the dark, it's not going to show up because it's green. In UV light,
It disappeared.
It turns blue.
That's cool.
Then after, when you take it inside, it glows in the dark green, but you're not going to be able to see it because freaking
lights are on and everything else. Yeah.
Lights. Well, because green screen.
Oh, right.
I can make it glow in here with this wonderful high-powered flashlight, but you're not going to see the glow.
It's all Greek to me.
We're going to do some cool stuff with that.
I'm telling you, you know, remember how you were talking about that one? You know what it would look cool with is like, when you did that one, the white bug out with the I think you gave it to Holly.
I gave it to Darren, who still has not given it to Holly.
Oh well,
yeah, it's sitting on Darren's desk.
But like, remember how you did that, like that crinkle finish on the blade?
Yeah,
like that with those scales.
We could do that.
Would look something like that. I don't know if it has to be that knife. What I mean, you could do it to an element.
Well, you know, we have so many different projects to do. I also, where is it available? I got it on eBay, Dominic. Honestly, I found it on eBay. For this project that I've been threatening to do for you guys forever, finish up, I have finally managed to cut the scales with the green rice husk and the wait, you know what? This is going to be great. I just want to see what happens with the glow in the dark green. Do you just see through it? Yeah, you see through it. The glow in the dark green carbon fiber.
So are you putting them together like a bolster and a
bolster? So it's diagonally cut with a bolster and it's going to go on here with Kurt. I got it on eBay. It's really cool stuff.
There's a Weird Al song in there somewhere.
Yeah. So, you know, the thing is, I'm in the middle of trying to figure out what to pack up right now and what to do. So it's really kind of screwing me up with a lot of stuff. I don't know, but we're going to talk about some of the new knives that we've got in boxes like these. What I'd kind of like to talk about is how do you guys feel about some of the new gun related? Knife scale making, which is harder to work with, G10 or wood? Definitely G10. G10 is a lot harder to work with than, I don't know. So it's a good question. So, G10 is physically harder to work with than wood, but wood is often softer, which means it's easier to make a mistake with it. So,
and if it's not like a mechanical, not mechanical, but like a like a man-made wood, if it's just wood, like it can have irregularities in it, whereas
Yeah.
G10's straight up, like it's going to be G10 all the way through.
I mean, G10 is also you gotta take safety precautions much more than with wood.
Definitely work outside or in a heavily ventilated area. Definitely wear a mask, because
Yeah.
that stuff will mess you up.
But so my problem with working with actual natural wood is that it's softer and easier to work with than G10. So it's easier to take too much off. You can always take more off. You can never put it back on once it's off, once you grind it too much.
True.
That's my bigger problem. I never have a problem with like, oh, I didn't grind enough, let me go back. I have a problem with, damn it, I took off more than I meant to in the first place. So I don't know. That's what you got to consider.
Try to sneak up on it. Always try to sneak up on it.
Yeah. But G10 physically on your tools, G10 is going to be harder on your tools because
you'll burn up bits and sanding wheels and
yeah.
Ooh,
So
thank you, Tools and Targets.
oh my God. Thank you so much. That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you, Tools and Targets. That's great. You saw it before I did, Dave, though. That's what's weird. So, but that leads me into the question. This is what I want to know. So, do you guys have opinions on? I've been trying to integrate a little bit more firearms and gun stuff into the rotation because some guys specifically asked me to do that. And last week, I gave you the video about what happens when somebody doesn't pass a background check or can't pass a background check.
Were you able to fix that, by the way? Because when I watched it, it was still not fuzzed out.
I don't know. When I go into the YouTube editor, it's blurred out. I don't know.
Maybe fuzz it out and then re-upload it.
Maybe I'll have to do that.
Yeah.
But when so then this week I gave you the stupidest, dumbest gun law I've ever heard of.
Dude, that was you and I were talking about that earlier today. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. We're talking about 2 pins, people, a front pin and a back pin.
And then
that's not manufacturing. They're captured pins.
I mean, theoretically, if you think about it, you don't even need to do that. Unscrew the barrel nut, put a shorter barrel on, screw it on. If you think about it, and you've now got a pistol.
But what I'm saying is, there's 100 different ways you can reconfigure. I mean, anybody who has any modicum of knowledge about an AR knows that they are literally.
Oh my God! Sorry, Dave. Sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just got this. $17.76. I was thinking, what an odd number. $17.76. You're awesome, dude. You're awesome. Sorry, that just hit me. What you did. Thank you.
Chef,
Thank
yes,
you. Awesome.
I didn't get, and you know what? I'm ashamed of myself for not getting that. But anybody who has any modicum of knowledge about an AR will tell you that it is basically adult Legos. It is literally adult erector set. Because with everything being to a specified size and spec, you can play mix and match all day long. Oh, I want this, buffer tube, and I want this spring to go in that buffer tube, and I want this buffer to go in the buffer tube. And exactly, Legos, they're the Legos of the gun world. And it is nigh impossible to not.
Except that Glock, that was literally the Lego. Remember
that was stupid. That was really stupid.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, I take issue with this, like the guys that do the Glock that looks like the old Nintendo Zapper and stuff like that. Like, it's not a toy, and to make it look like a toy is wrong. It's just wrong. Just like how I was talking to Darren the one day, and he was talking about. And they were talking to the Cerakote guys that certify you guys. And yes, there's actually classes you have to take and get certified to be a certified Cerakote applicator. And something came up where they wanted to do something to like the front of the muzzle. And they were going to do it in red, like blood red. Or a bright color like that. Maybe it was orange. I don't remember. And the Cerakote guy was like, no, we don't do that. Because it's too easily confused for that's a toy. This is not a toy. And I was like, 100%.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week, by the way, I don't know if you guys will find this interesting. I thought it might be interesting. I spent the week last week doing short video clips of every firearm that came in the shop for transfer. just to
Ooh.
show you guys, or not last week, 'cause last week I was out, but the week before, just to give you guys
Just to
an
show the
idea
variety of what
of the
comes through.
variety and depth of all the different things that. So to be clear, these aren't guns that we sold to anybody. These are the different things that people order or buy that come through our hands as the
Great.
transfer agent. Yeah. So you're going to see such a wide variety. And this was a slow week. So I still have to do some editing through it and all that stuff. But just of the different things that we get our hands on, just as the FFL that accepts it into the shop and then puts it into the hands, doing the paperwork and everything. I think you guys are going to enjoy seeing just the, like Dave said, the variety of different things that come in and out. And every single one of those that came in for transfer was gone, by the end of the week.
That's cool.
Yeah. And there was some cool stuff that came in that week too. That was that Swiss, I don't want to say Swiss version of the CZ Scorpion, but it was the much more expensive, but
oh yeah. Version or whatever. Yeah. But it's not.
Speaking of this, we're gonna see some really nice Henrys in that week of transfer videos.
Oh, that really sweet one.
That really nice one. And then what you didn't see was a really beautiful 410 that came through, a Henry 410. Yeah.
Make such beautiful, beautiful pieces.
Yeah. So I think you guys are going to find it interesting. Just things that would never occur to you that people would be looking for or that they'd be spending the money on. Guns that come in for custom.
I look at that stuff like knives and all. People go, "Oh, a knife." Well, yeah, you can have whatever knife in your pocket. And by the way, bailout in 3V. Got to get new scales for it.
I tools. I'm going to answer this in a second for you. I'm going to come back to that. Darren is very interested in putting the CNC machine to work. So me and him had a whole run through yesterday of scale material, knives that people buy scales for. We took apart my bug out so he could put it into.
Dude, like that AWT that I have for the scales I have for my bug out.
There's going to be
easy to CNC.
There's going to be some stuff coming. Yeah.
But yeah.
So anyway, tools and targets. So I have one project that's basically start to finish of me redoing. It's an AR-15, an old AR-15 that my dad gave me. That I basically, rather than just taking from him, I redid completely, and then gave back to him as like a new, almost a brand new rifle. Now you can look that up on the channel. And I think it's a pretty interesting video because it's really the first thing that I redid sort of with supervision, but on my own in the shop. And I was really, I was pissed that I already told them like, "Hey Dad, I'm going to give this back to you all nice and pretty." Because like when I was all done, damn it, I wanted to keep that. But
it's a shame we didn't film the ones you just did for me.
God, well, we could film putting them together.
We can.
Yeah.
We'll do that Friday.
Yeah. But I will. Yeah, I think people would like to see some before and afters, and I think that's a great idea. The problem is when we're running around the shop and we've got like 8 projects at once and 3 people coming in for transfers that day, and then dipping skulls. I honestly just forget to film stuff.
It's not like that. People, you got to realize the undertaking of filming. I mean, it's not just, oh, let me throw a camera up and go. It's, let me get the tripod. Let me make sure I got the right side. The camera looks right. Well, now the light looks bad. Now that wait, it's already. There's so much that goes into it. And when you're working in a shop like Doc's and Darren's shop, you can't mess with the flow like that. It messes with your mojo. And
the sound quality, by the way, getting any video done with the sound is hard. Like I've got to.
I almost do those voiceover, Doc. Honestly, you should just throw the camera up, show you doing it, and just do voiceover stuff, almost like how you do with the models.
Yeah. Hey, tools and targets. There you go. There's a link for you right there, so you don't even have to go look for it. if you want to go check that out. It's not a particularly long video because I had to film it in quick clips, but I think it's a pretty cool makeover of an old. You'll see how old it is because I believe I'm not even. How old is it? Does it even have a forward assist on it? I'm not sure.
Get them without forward assist now.
No, it has a forward assist, but it's definitely an A1. It's definitely an A1.
Now,
it's definitely an A1 AR-15.
And that was the Colonel's beforehand.
That was his. I mean, for however long, and he had done. Listen, as much as he knows, he does not know how to. He knows the old school, what they used to do with, like, a can of Krylon every time you go out in the field, and that's like what they did.
But that's what you did back then. That's what was available.
And unfortunately, too much of that just builds up.
And then you hold like a leaf over top of the leaf to do some camo work, and that was the way you did it, man.
And he had some, his was older, where stuff was just bulkier and heavier, and so I really lightened it up for him.
You cut a lot of weight off that.
I cut a lot of weight. I made we made it a little more accurate by keeping that floating barrel, but making it lighter for him to hold. And anyway, I think you'll enjoy watching that. But yeah, that's a really good idea to do some more before and after stuff. And maybe by doing it by voiceover, that saves a lot of time. And so
we should try that. We should try that.
Yeah, but we could definitely do a video putting together. So what we did with Dave, he got two. What are they? Palmetto?
No, they're Anderson, actually.
What are they? Anderson
okay. Manufacturing. Yeah.
So yeah, some Anderson complete AR-15 kits, and they just came the standard black, and we did a complete multicam, 6-color multicam job on them.
And they look gorgeous.
And at the same time, we also had another customer who brought in an AK who wanted he originally wanted a 3-color multicam type camo, but we were like, fuck it, we're doing 6-color multicam this week. And let me tell you something, guys. So when you do that with Cerakote, you spray one color, then you overspray 70% with another color, then you come out with the stencils. And it is 2 days of working with stencils and tape. And I learned to hate tape in a way I've never hated before in my life. But the results are, you wait till you see. It is so good looking. Yeah, it is amazing. So we'll do a video of putting them together. And I'm sure that we can take a picture of other Anderson stuff. There's Anderson stuff all over the shop. So we can show what the pieces looked like before.
Hold on, I want to. Can I do this? Can I share a screen thing?
Yeah.
Screen share. Share screen. Okay, great. Yada yada yada. Select window or screen.
I'm gonna email myself a picture from the shop today from my phone.
Right. Oh wait, hold on. Facebook. Go back. Oh wait. Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. I gotta make it a separate screen.
You and your separate screening.
No, hey. No. Don't mute.
Oh, what the hell is this crap?
What the hell is what crap?
Do you see what just popped up about the adult dating site? I just blocked them.
Oh, Jesus. People, get a fucking life, will you?
Hold on, I want to read what Phil just put. Yeah, Phil, I would have to do. I like to talk as I go, because here's the problem when I do voiceovers. You have to fit that voiceover into the video clip you have, and I'm not good at that. I'm just not good at that. That's the only problem with it. Some people are great at that. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Like you got the video you got, and you're working unscripted.
Right.
And
yeah.
Next thing you know, you're like, hey, I've got 10 more minutes of words and no more footage.
Right. And some people are really good, and I'm a wordy son of a bitch. And that's my problem with it. So I just need to get better at that. Is this? Okay, I'm gonna.
Okay,
I'm gonna see if.
now I can find it. Where is it? No.
What are you doing? Let's see if I can
I'm
share.
trying to get to the screen. I thought I made it a separate fucking thing. Here, I'm gonna just copy image. I'm trying to show a picture of that AK you guys did because it's
Wow.
beautiful.
Here. I'm just gonna show this now, just so you guys see. This is what I was working on today. This is Oh man, I showed the wrong side. So this is hydrographics. This is mossy oak.
I showed the wrong side. Yeah, there's a dude in there.
Yeah, look at that. This is when I was doing the clear coat on a mossy oak Remington 870. Just a quick. Oh, look at that. So a quick little. Look, you can really see the pattern there. Look at that.
That's a beautiful job.
Oh,
It's
wait
good.
till you see the actual shotgun. I did the whole. He wanted the entire thing done.
Like the action and everything.
Everything. I mean, we couldn't do everything, but barrel, the pump, the frame, the receiver. I mean everything. The only thing I didn't do was the tube. How durable hydro? Okay, so here's the thing about hydrographics. Good question. You're keeping this moving along tonight, and I appreciate that. Hydrographics is only as durable as the top coat you put on it.
That is true.
The way hydrographics works is it has to get a base coat, and some films like mossy oak, for example, they have required proprietary base coat colors to make the pattern come out the right way. I'll get to that in a second, Dave.
Okay.
So, do they have mossy oak G10? No, they don't have mossy oak G10.
Yeah,
what happens is you put the base coat down, which is like it's a paint, and then you dip you do the dip, which is essentially just ink on top of the paint. And then you have to give it a base coat. Now, we use a 2K automotive grade clear coat, either dead flat, something we call soft touch, which honestly I don't recommend because it's not as durable, or the gloss. Now, the high gloss is probably the hardest, most protective of all because it's the thickest. And it is about as durable as a clear coat on a car. But, however, think about all the things that can scratch a car. Anything that can scratch the clear coat on a car can scratch your hydrographics clear coat. And that's assuming that your applicator is using the really good quality, what we call 2K clear coat. So, again, hydro can be pretty durable, not nearly as durable as Cerakote. It's not. And it is possible to put a clear Cerakote on top of it, but it doesn't hold as well as
together.
Yeah. But it's so that's the end. I mean, I know that's not a very specific answer, Tools. I'm sorry, but it is only as good. It's only as durable as a top coat. 2K is very durable though. For most things when you're not worried about corrosion and stuff like on your wood or plastic furniture, it's durable enough. I am not a fan of doing it on metal because if you get a little scratch if you get a scratch on like plastic stock, it's not such a big deal. If you get that little scratch on metal like a barrel and then corrosion sets in, it can get underneath it and spread. If you get a scratch on Cerakote, you might get a little corrosion in that scratch itself, but it can't get underneath the Cerakote. Yeah.
If it's deepened, because it Cerakote actually does penetrate the metal deeper than the actual finish.
Yeah, Cerakote physically, molecularly bonds with your metal substrate. And the base coat for hydrographics just basically sits on it and sticks to it. So
it's Tools and Targets. It's not a sticker. It's literally a printed ink. And Doc has some great videos of it too. When you put it in the water and you let it hydrate, and then you hit the activator on it, and stop me if I'm saying anything wrong here, Doc.
No,
then it literally does turn into ink. It is. Yeah. It's literally paint at that point. It's just in a particular pattern or look. And getting back to Kurt, what you asked, do they have Mossy Oak G10? No, but if we shape the G10 first, then Doc could dip
We
it.
can dip it, yes, and I have dip G10. As a matter of fact, since you brought that up, I happen to have snakeskin pattern 810 scales that I dipped. This is hydrographics on top of G10. This is the base coat color. This is the hydrographics.
And the cool part about that is you because that pattern has a little bit of see-through to it. The white you're seeing is the base coat.
Yeah.
If you painted that base coat purple, you'd see the purple coming through. You know, it's amazing what these guys can do in the shop. It really is.
Now, again, this is just for your benefit, for tools and targets. If I have on my other channel that I just dropped here, and it's a small channel about building models, which might not be your thing, but I have some really good, like he said, I've got some good videos where I show in more detail than on this channel, actually, how hydrographics actually work, because I do models with them, just to branch out a little bit. So you can actually see how it goes from the film, the plastic film is actually not plastic. It's solid alcohol, which sounds weird. But if you're interested in just seeing how the hydrographics work and how it becomes just ink floating on the water, I mean, if you want to, you don't have to, but if you're interested in seeing it, I'm pretty sure I have them on this channel as well. I don't know what I have where, honestly, off the top of my head right now. Wait, that's wrong. Sorry. The rum in my drink is hitting me. There we go. Speaking of 810, I love the one I got already. Yeah, Phil, you're going to love that 810. I'm telling you. The 810, discontinuing the 810 is the dumbest thing Benchmade ever did. Well, no, Benchmade's done a lot of dumb things, but it's one of the dumbest things they've ever done.
I got to get one.
We'll find you one.
No, I know.
We'll find you one. Hey, but while we're talking about knives, do you have that picture you want to share?
Yeah. Well, this is pre knife talk. This is the AK that these guys did the other day. This is up on their Facebook page.
Let me add the screen. There it is. So this is the AK that we did when we did his 2 ARs. And I'll be honest, I think the ARs came out better. Because the ARs, we did the magazine, we did the grip, we did everything.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, I'm not an AK guy, but like Darren said, that's pretty sexy.
It is, but you know what? I told Darren I would love it with a darker wood, or I don't like the blonde.
Yeah, if you had like that more blood wine wood that they have typically.
Yeah, I would like it a lot better with a darker. But it did come out really nice.
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
As you should, Phil. As you should.
Right, 100%.
Yeah. But since we're talking about knives, let's roll into some knives, because since Dave's been sick and I've been sick, normally the first thing I do when I get a new knife is I tell Dave to come on over and put his hands on them, and he has not gotten a chance.
Sick.
See this? See, great minds do think alike. Look at that.
Yep.
We just actually got a Palmetto State PSAK that had all OD green plastic furniture on it. But no, I'm saying that the multicam with the OD green plastic furniture would have looked great.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the black, I would think it would look weird.
Yeah. So this guy is one of the smoothest non-bearing knives I have ever. I cannot explain my love for this knife. It is absolutely, look at it. Look at it.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You looked into it. You said that's not a Demco design.
It's not a Dem. So I did look into it. I found an interview they did in Knife News. So this lock, the Atlas lock, they based it off of the Triad, which is a Demco design, licensed to them, and they made changes to the Triad to make it a one-finger lock.
Okay, now you and I both being an enthusiast of Demco.
Yes.
80-20.5 shark lock. Tell me that's not a little.
It is very similar. It is.
Yeah.
Now I am told, because I still have not gotten my hands on our 80-20.5s that I have in the living room over there. I am told there are differences.
Oh, there are, I'm sure, and I got to get me one of those because I'm going to pull it apart.
But it is a bit different. But what I like about this over the 20.5 is that the 20.5, you just have that little bit of lock sticking up. You really get your finger in there. It's a really secure feel. Now, I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I really like this.
I really, you and I got to get out to Wampum, PA, and first of all, hopefully contact the Demcos and get their blessing to come see them, because I would love to meet those guys. But even if he tells us completely off the record, we never get to share it. I'm dying to know, because I've heard he's not with Cold Steel anymore. He's not working with Cold Steel anymore.
Well, see, I'm not. I can't. I don't know anything about it.
I don't know for a fact, but what I've heard, what the rumor is he's not working with Cold Steel anymore since the purchase by GSM or whatever. And after seeing that knife and knowing that he split with them, I'm going.
Yeah, Dwayne, that's engaged.
I'm wondering if those two things have a lot more to do with each other than I'm thinking.
Look at this.
New flavor of crayon.
But in all seriousness, for anybody even considering getting their hands on this knife, I've had it on me, either in my pocket or at least in the bag, taking it to work with me every day since I got it. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about this knife. I have no complaint.
Add to cart. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, like nothing. Now I can't show you a couple other new ones that I've got.
That was the barrel and blade one, right?
What'd you say?
That was the barrel and blade month.
That was barrel and blade one.
Good
now,
barrel and blade.
There's a couple other ones that I wish I could show you right now from Monthly Knife Club. My Patreon folks have seen it. Dave, I'll send you a link to the video. But awesome stuff. You guys will see the videos later on in the week probably. But going to the Onyx box, this guy, I mean, and like I said in the video, I love these both the same, but for totally different, totally opposite reasons. This one is just a beautiful work of art, and this one is total utility. I would take it into the woods. I'd take it on a deployment. I'd carry it in the shop. You know, but
boy, that one's got to put a smile on your face.
Wait, you won one today from Cold Steel? That is awesome.
Nice.
That is one hell of a big win. Congratulations to you.
How'd you do that?
But it's so funny when I was doing the unboxing and I saw this pattern and then I just noticed it on the mat below. And I was like, that is so perfect. But
I was watching it and I was like, as soon as before you even said it, I'm like, boy, that looks like Topo to me.
Yeah. But this also is very smooth. The one thing that kills me is that they put the jimping up there like push button style, but it sucks as a push button knife. But when you put your finger up there, and I realize now it does have a little tiny bit of like two little scrapes of jimping there. That's the way to go. But also, by the way, I didn't even do this in the video. Thumb stud wise, awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no, Kurt, Kevin's not here. I have not seen Kevin in the stream today. But I mean, this is EDC sized, perfect. I've never seen a QSP with this kind of price tag attached to it in my life.
Well, but that's got more going
it's got
for
a lot
than your average.
Oh yeah, it's got a lot going for it. Between blade steel, and handle materials.
So CJRB is Artisan Cutlery's entry-level brand.
Yeah.
Is QSP somebody's entry-level brand?
I believe it is. I can't remember whose.
Because it's escaping me.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Well, while you're doing that, I don't think I'm gonna use this for our next episode of Ridiculous Knives Nobody Needs, but I am gonna put this up on the chopping block for sale. Here we go.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah. It's it's the Super Sog Bowie. I think 7.5 inch. I mean, it feels incredible in the hand. You know, I mean, this is what started the company, is making this knife. You know, um, stacked leather handle and the whole thing. And yes, got the sheath for it and the whole 9 yards. But it just it sits on a shelf. I got the box for it and everything. Yeah, it
You know
doesn't do
what?
anything.
It
Got it in trade.
QSP is all on their own.
Oh, cool. All right. So they can have high-end stuff then. Cool. All right. I like it.
You know what? Here's David Parsons has it up. Listen, the Buck 110, you can't compare to anything. You can't replace it with anything. The Buck 110 is, if you're going to pick an icon of a knife, you say pocket knife, and people who don't know about knives, what they picture in their head is the Buck 110. Like
100%.
that is
100%.
that is what they think of. That is the pocket knife.
It is the tomato soup of knives.
It is.
You
It is.
be dead broke. You open up the pantry, you still got tomato soup.
Yeah. Hey,
They-
Craig Reamer's here.
Hey,
What's up, Craig? You know what I carried, by the way, today, just because Super Steel Steve put me in the mood. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the latest.
No, you got to send me his stuff. Is he mostly on Instagram?
Yeah. His latest angry rant about Medford and their Magna Cut at 58 RHC.
Oh wow!
Like when it's supposed to be 60. I don't know. I gotta tell you, I love you. I will always love you.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was gonna have a man crush, it would have to be on Super Steel Steve.
Okay, that's fair.
Because
that's fair.
when he gets angry, he gets so angry.
Yeah, he gets worked up.
And I love watching him.
Does he have a YouTube channel or is he just Instagram?
He's mostly on Instagram now.
Okay.
Because he's angry at YouTube too. But
really, that's shocking.
but but he's got a valid point. He's like, that's the thing about him. And I've said it before. Whether you agree or disagree, he's most of the time he's
not
right.
wrong. He's not wrong. Right. You could agree or disagree with his presentation or his zest for the subject, shall we say?
Yeah.
But he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. That's the thing. He's not wrong. He's I love this. Because like the real well-made bucks just survive.
You can't kill them. Honest to God, even some of those Pakistani knockoffs, you still can't kill those either. They won't hold an edge for a damn, but another ridiculous knife no one needs.
If that's the Chris Reeves.
No.
Oh no, that's a Strider though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my mixed Strider.
Yeah. Can you
Combat
hydro a blade? Okay, Peter. I have hydro dipped a blade.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing about here. So here's the double-edged sword about hydrographics on a blade. The
Pun
process
intended.
involves dipping it in the water. So if you do not take it out of the water and immediately dry it completely, you're asking for some rust. So
Right.
You got to make sure that whoever's doing that application for you does it right and immediately gets it dry. Because so first you dip it and then you've got to rinse it and then completely dry it off and then put your top coat on it. It will protect against rust if done right. But the thing is, if it's not dried properly right out of the tank, it's going to rust, and then you're going to get rust trapped under it when they top coat it. So,
and your other problem too is that even with the top coat, it's not, because typically your top coat's typically going to be a clear coat. It's not a Cerakote or something like that. Once you penetrate that, like if you were, like I remember some of the hard use stuff you used to do where you were jamming it into the soil with stones and all.
Yeah.
Once you scrape that off, you have lost any protectant whatsoever.
Yeah, that's not going to stand up.
No, it's not going to stand up to that. And then the next problem becomes now that rust can get in underneath wherever those scrapes are.
Yeah.
So you could literally rust from the inside and not know it.
I've only done hydrographics on a blade as a cosmetic feature.
Right.
On
Like
a knife that I knew. In fact, I did a bayonet once for an Army guy.
Bayonet.
The one that's in the case, the M9 bayonet.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And he was going to deploy, and his first sergeant immediately said, "Take that piece of shit out of my unit. You're not going anywhere with that." That's why it's still in the case.
Oh, really?
Because his first sergeant said, "What the hell is that? You're not."
What is domination?
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, he's not going to get mixed up with anybody else's.
That's true. But it is also not in standards. I don't know.
Yeah.
First sergeants in the Army have they're a little bit different than first sergeants in the Air Force. First sergeants in the Air Force help you solve problems and stuff. First sergeants in the Army call you a piece of shit and tell you to get your dick knife out of the unit. No, they're different. They're very different.
Yeah. But then again, you guys in the Air Force are worried about Wi-Fi, according to my Army buddies.
We don't worry about it. We get it.
Yeah, you might have a little interruption with your streaming service where they're like, streaming service? The only streaming service I have is this stream right here.
Listen, I'm just saying, you know what? The reason I switched to the Air Force is because I realized I had the IQ to do it.
Right?
Yeah, no, my first day on Air Force Base was the day I was like, what the hell am I doing in this uniform instead of that one?
Oh, that was the one you told me when you went to lunch or something.
To the chow hall? Yeah. I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're like, man, I'm getting
air conditioning coming out. I felt the air conditioning coming out of the sliding glass tinted doors. I was like, yeah.
I have chosen poorly. Kurt, you make a great point of the Pakistani knives are a great demo for, hey, edge retention sucks, and here's why you want good steel as opposed to bad steel.
That is a good point. Yeah.
100%. Ooh, I got one to show you. Did you ever put up the one about the knife I took out of the truck?
I don't know if you're talking to me, but I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Did we ever put up the video of the one Friends Don't Let Friends carry these bad, it was one of those tack force knives, and remember the one it flopped all different directions.
I feel like we did put that one up.
You put that one up? I got to check.
Something else.
And then I got him the crescent knives, which aren't great.
Oh, you know what? I think that's under my. Did we do that one?
I know we filmed it. I don't remember ever publishing it. That's all. So
I don't know if we did. I don't know. I gotta look. I gotta figure out if it got edited.
You really got to put that one up because that was a great one.
Yeah.
But, so my oldest son, Thing One, his best friend came over, who's also the son of my best friend, and he brings this lovely piece of Walmart-ness over, and he's like, "Hey, can you put an edge on this for me?" And I said, "Sure." And then I went to test it, and by the way, liner lock. Yeah. Yeah. I said, you're not getting this back until I fix it. And by fix it, I mean make sure that it doesn't unlock itself under the slightest amount of pressure. Yeah. So when Doc does his little lock test, where he goes like this and he bangs it against the table. Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not just because I'm like, let me see what's going to happen, because that's a realistic thing for some locks.
That thing's a hand guillotine once it gets sharp, and I'll tell you what.
Yeah, in fact, Darren, when I first showed him this, he did the lock with his thumb and almost lost a finger.
Oh
no, that's not how we do that.
Matter of fact, Cold Steel's catchphrase should be finger guillotines at your service.
Right. Yeah.
Because I swear to God, all their lockbacks and everything, if you try to do them one-handed, you will retract a stump.
Thanks for stopping by, Tools and Targets. I appreciate the little donation to the channel there. Catch you next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Actually, I got to get going soon, too, because Giggles has a roast in the crock pot and everything. And
hi, Giggles.
She's she's doing something in the other room.
Oh boy. She gaming again?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll show you this when we get together, but this is what I was telling you. I just put the lanyard on. Just a little I can't remember what this was, the Hidden River Canyon. I can't remember what the hell this one's called. It was a little, and it's just a little too.
There it is again. You see it?
Yeah, yeah. Whoa.
You ready to
Easy.
eat? Yeah, she's ready to eat.
So
Ethan, you ready to eat? You want to come say hi to everybody? You want to say hi to the world?
I put this lanyard on, put this little copper bead on that's gonna patina a little bit, but I don't know how well the hammered abortion of a heating up the ends a little too much on the ball end here, and it kind of just turned into a blackened mess. But close enough.
It'll buff out. It'll buff out.
That'll buff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
All
buddy. How you doing?
I'm gonna have to get going because we got this guy that needs to eat and Giggles that needs to eat and I gotta eat. I need to eat something.
Yeah.
I'm getting poked.
You are getting poked.
I'm getting poked.
Not even in the good fun way. Well, it's kind of the good fun.
Thanks.
Did you have a fun day today, Ethan?
Yeah, he was good. We hung out at the shop and he learned some CAD from Grandpop and everything.
Nice. What'd you design? A new knife?
That's my ear, sir. That's my face, sir. All right. Anyway, guys, I got to get rolling so we can get this boy fed. But thanks for joining me for the return of live streams, and I'll try to keep you updated with what we're doing and how it's going and some more fun
Thanks for
stuff.
having me on, brother.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me. I will give you a call later on tonight. And I'm getting beaten up. I'm getting abused. Elder abuse.
Elder abuse.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely qualifying for elder abuse now.
All right, guys. Well, anyway, as usual, you are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you, and thanks for stopping by, and we'll do this again, same time, same place next week. So take care. I'll give you a call later on.
Right on, brother.